Okay, in today's video, I will be sharing how I will be making $2 to $4 million within 1 to 3 years, which is not that bad. Think of it like you're going to college for a master's degree, and when you get out, you'll be a millionaire, which they don't teach in school. So, I will start with the initial amount that I currently have, approximately. I actually technically have 2,500, but we'll go with 2,000 because stocks go up and down. So, and I was trading high risk. So if I were to not trade high risk, which is 10 to 15% with options, and I were to just trade a safe 4.6%, just know that the lower the interest rate that you get with options, like if you do the math, for instance, with booking near the strike price, because booking is such a stable stock with low implied volatility, booking, let's say around $2,525. This is near the strike price because booking over an extended time frame is trending upwards and is constantly trending upward. It doesn't have sharp moves up and down like CEI or Riot or Mara or anything like that. So with this, with options, since it's times 100 contracts or times 100, it would cost you collateral. You would have to have 25,000. Let me see. No, actually, you would have to have $252,500. And near the, right below the strike price, you would make, move this over 2 decimal places, you would make 11,600 in 1 week, which is very good for low risk. But the thing is, you have to have that money to make money. So you've heard of the term, takes money to make money. So here we will start with the 2,000 that I have initially with a low 4.6% interest rate. And honestly, to tell the truth, this is 4.6%, as you can see, move it over 2 decimal places. So booking, the reason why the interest rate is so low, even though it's near the strike price, is because it's safe to have that strike price right below, have that option contract right below the strike price. So even if it moved down, you got to sign the booking shares. Booking over a macro time frame is trending upward. So it actually is pretty safe. And I mean, you can go further down in the options chain and booking, for $11,000 a week. I mean, I'm sure you can go all the way down to a strike price that, gives you 500 a week. And that is extremely safe. That's actually, that would be, not necessary for sure. But you see what I'm saying, basically. The more money you have, that's like $250,000. The more money that you have, the more room you have to work with. So here I am, in 3 years' time, I have $2 million. The goal here is on the 5th month to have $5,000 or more. That way I can, this way I can actually withdraw $500 a month, which is what I would need with my current job and not working overtime to pretty much, be able to take care of all my expenses. So let's actually go to $5,000 at 4.6% and withdrawing 500 out monthly at the end of the month, and calculate that. As you can see, I would have the same amount. So basically taking out 500 a month, a total of, in 3 years, that would be a total of 18,000. That's an annual effective rate of 885%, which is really good. So that actually wouldn't, phase the amount of money that you get. Once you get to $5,000, taking out 500 a month, it seems like a lot, but once you start compounding and, going higher and higher and higher, it's not, 500 is not going to touch, 23,000, or when you're starting to make 30,000 a month. And these are monthly. This is what you make. No, I'm sorry. Yes, this is monthly, what you're making a month. So every time you compound, you're getting this a month, this a month. Even if you take out, let's say, if you're making this a month, and you originally had that, you could literally just, I'm sorry, you take this out or any of these out, and you originally had this previous amount. Let's say you want to take out $44,000, but you still have your initial investment of $212,000. You could just keep taking this out a month. You won't move. You would be stuck at this bracket here, but you could do that. But taking 500 out of this, it's going to continue to go compound of 300,000 all the way to 500,000, eventually to $1 million or 2 million. Now, if you didn't take any of the 500 out a month, as you can see, it does jump up. It's a difference of about $2 million. So that's almost like half or twice as much. But I mean, $1 million. Once you get there, you're pretty much good to go. Because my voice is hoarse. Anything you compound past $1 million is going to astronomically increase to billions. The thing is, you would have to find high-priced stock options like Booking, higher in, you wouldn't do CI because you wouldn't have enough people to buy your contracts, because you could sell like 500 contracts, but you wouldn't be able to sell like 5,000 contracts because it's not that many people that would buy those. You have to look at the volume for the option exchange, basically. But something like Booking, you could do one contract for 250,000, if you get what I'm saying. So you could do a bunch of Booking contracts, and then you could eventually compound your way to $1 billion or more, which is what my goal is. But first, I need to reach 1 million. So yeah, that's basically a safe 4.6% weekly. Let me actually see if I can go to Robinhood real quick, so I can show you the Booking chain, the options chain for Booking. Loading the site now, and I am in. Oh, actually, the options kind of went up. Let me actually go back. Let's see. This is, I just wanted to show this. Okay. So let me get into my Robinhood account. Okay. So I'm right around here. I could put more in there. I could put like out of my crypto account. That would be dumb, but I could, if I wanted to have that 500 extra every month, I could just inject another $2,000 to $3,000 or $3,000 in this account. So I'll go all the way down to my options, such as Booking, which is doing really good. It's up 6.5%. Booking over the macro, as you can see, the stock is trending upward. We all know what this is. This is when the virus, the news of the virus pretty much made the whole market crash. So hopefully there's another pandemic that doesn't happen again, but this basically is the uptrending chart of Booking. So on the 1 year, it's pretty much green. 1 year, 3 months, green. 1 month, green, obviously. 1 week, green. And on the daily, it's green. So it's actually up $156. So let's actually review the Booking options. So I'm a seller of a contract. I don't buy options. I don't pay extra money, or anything like that, because you have to pay a premium to be able to get a certain option at a certain price. But I'm not into paying additional money. I'm actually into making additional money. So if I were to sell a put on Booking at the current price, which right now is $2,591, so 25,000, what is it? Or 25,000, or not 25,000, I'm sorry, 2,500, 2,590, $2,500. So this right here, let me actually pull this up. So yeah, their options kind of changed a little bit. But I do have a previous post on my Facebook, which shows it was around 100 or so for one of these options. The implied volatility, I guess it was moving up and down to a point, but now it's pretty stable. But regardless, you're gonna have to have 2 zeros added to this because it's 100 stock per contract. So that would be $259,000 total. So you move this decimal place over 2 as well. So Booking would give you, it would give you 1,555 a week. So this is the Booking right here. Let me see. Let me actually go to my Facebook page so I can pull up that post with Booking. Okay, yeah. So when Booking was, what is it? See, this is what I'm saying right here. Okay, look at Booking now. $25.90 right below the current price. The $25.90 strike price gives you this much, 1,555 a week. Now my Facebook page, as you can see here, 25.25 for Booking. That's gives you 116. It's 116. So if you move the decimal place over 2, look at how much that is. Look at how the implied volatility changed that. That is 11,655 in 1 week. Me personally, I'm happy with getting just 1,000 in 1 week. But this is selling a put option, so let me actually check this out. Yes, this is selling put option too. The thing is, the reason why it's so cheap right now is because, today is an expiration date, and options usually are done the day before, which I found out like within a week. Options are done within pretty much on the Thursday. So if you want to try to close your contract or buy to open your contract, or, pretty much close your contract out on that Thursday. So look at this. Let's go to next week then. This is what I'm saying. This is how much you can average make on Booking in a week. Right around 5,000 a week. But with the implied volatility being so high, this particular week, or this time I screenshotted this, that is 11,000 in that 1 week. But the thing is, Booking is up like $100, but on this is what I'm saying. You could go down $100 and see how much you make per week. So right now it's at 2,600. Let's go down to 2,500, and I'll show you what I mean. See, at 2,500, you're making close to $1,765 in 1 week. That's being extremely safe. That's a strike price. So if it were to go down to 2,500 and you get assigned those options, what you could do is go use the wheel strategy, and you will actually have 100 shares of Booking. So you'll have a value of like $250,000. So what you do is go back and sell a call. Now here's what you can do with the call. You could actually sell a call at the strike price, which is, the strike price at that point would be, it would be like, let me see. If it were closer, it would be easier if it were at 2,500, but you would probably make something similar to 4,600 for that, particular week. See, if it's at, what is it? The current price is $2,598. So you actually get the difference in the $2,598 and the $2,600. So if you were to, let's say if you were to go up on this option and you would like to be like, I would sell this at $2,650. Or let's say if you want to sell it $100 more, let's just say $100 more than $2,600, which is, this is near $2,600. You want to sell it at $2,700. You would still make $1,720 for that 1 week. And you would also make, let me actually pull up my calculator. You would also make 100, which is because it's $100 more times 100 shares, which is $10,000. So you're making $10,000 and you're making the premium, because think of yourself as a dealer at a casino or insurance agent. You're making the $1,720 on top of the $10,000. So your net profit is $11,720 for 1 week. This is why I sell options and I compound options. So if you have $1 million and you're compounding, I wish Berkshire Hathaway actually had options chain, because they're like $500,000 for one share. That would make it easier to basically compound millions into billions and possibly try to reach $1 trillion. But yeah, with Berkshire Hathaway, unfortunately, it doesn't have that option, no pun intended. So I have to look for a stock that is worth several thousands of dollars, actually maybe even $250,000, and sell those contracts. But this is what you would make in a week with booking. So basically the whole goal is start with $2,000, $5,000 and compound the interest to the point that you get to that magical number that you want, which is $250,000, right around the 20th month. So once you like build up to 5,000, I would say, even with 2,000, you could build up to 5,000 within the 5th month. So if I go to 2,000 here, with no withdrawals or withdrawals at the end of the month, I would have that on the 5th month. $5,000 on the 5th month. Or it could be sooner than that, because remember, this is at the lowest possible interest rate. That's safe, even on more volatile stocks. This is called thecalculatorSite.com. I actually like that logo right up there. But yeah, this is basically the plan, the goal. So 5 months having $5,000. And let's go back to 5,000 here real quick. And the compound interval I put is bi-weekly, because if the options are, weekly, they don't really have much value. It's not really much of a difference if you do bi-weekly or weekly, but I want to do bi-weekly because, I could buy an option that's like 2 weeks expiration and it'd be pretty much almost the same or average of, weekly. And I noticed that to be like my average price if I'm doing it safely around like, 7 cents or so. 7 to 8 cents. So that's why I get the current price of like $1.50 with CEI. And if you take 4.6% of that, you get what is it? You get that 7 cent. That's where the 7 cents comes from. So basically with $5,000, compounding $5,000 over 3 years, it's inevitable. Even if you're taking out $500 a month, it's inevitable with $2,000 or $5,000 if you're compounding at a safe rate. Yeah, if you're compounding these at a safe rate, you will be basically at over $1 million. You'll be at $1 million for sure. This is $4 million, but you'll definitely have $1 million by, let's see, you'll definitely have that before 3 years, but yeah, you'll be a millionaire within 3 years. I'll put it that way. A year to 3 years is what it will take to be a millionaire. If you just keep the money in there, you don't spend it on TVs and stuff like that. You just keep compounding the interest. In 3 years, you'll have $1 million. Then you could basically take that $1 million, build you new revenue streams, and then you could buy as many TVs as you want. That's the whole goal, to be financially free and not have to work and slave under somebody going in a rat race with all these cars at 5 o'clock when they get off or 7 o'clock in the morning, all that kind of stuff, that nonsense. This is my goal, is to get to 1 million. Like I said, once I get there, I can cosplay as much as I want. I can play video games as much as I want. I've been on a Pokemon for a while because I don't have time. I don't have the time. Why? Because I'm working. But once I do reach these goals, I can play Pokemon as much as I want. I can binge play it and beat the game in like a week if I wanted to, or however long it takes. But that's why I'm saying it's definitely worth the 1 to 3 years of just compounding. And like I said, you could, even if you're compounding, you could still pull out the withdrawal amount. Like if you were to be at $250,000, you could, once you get to that particular milestone in, like, let's say in the 20th month, close to 2 years, you could literally just pull out $10,000 a month possibly and just literally just use that to pay your bills. But you wouldn't need that much. Me personally, I just need $500 a month. I would say the withdrawal, and it doesn't really touch it because the compound is powerful pretty much. So if I were to check out 500, I would still have 2.5 million in like 3 years time. So like in a year, I would have that magical $250,000, and then I can start selling one contract of booking every single week for $5,000 to $11,000. And that's enough. I mean, I don't have to have 1 million. As long as I'm making, even this is good enough for me. As long as I'm making, and remember, the interest that you earn is what you're earning per month. So you could take this and divide it by 4. Take that and divide it by 4. That's 250 a week, this is accurate. All this is accurate with the percentage rate that I'm talking about. So if you were to go on the options chain and look at a strike price and then figure out the percentage basically from this price, strike price, to how much you're actually making, you would see that it's close to like, what, 4.6% or something like that. Yeah, or 5%. It could be 7%. So the higher percentage, obviously, the less time it's going to take. So let me see. Go ahead and end this real quick. So basically, what I would need is per month to be financially free. On the 7th month, I would be able to just literally just take, let's say, the 10,000 right here. I would basically just take the interest that I earned for that month, and I could pay my bills with it, and I would be stuck in this bracket right here. But the thing is, I don't want to be stuck in that bracket. I want to go further down, maybe to a year, and make $4,000 a month, or $5,000 a month. I'm sorry, that's closer to 5,000, because with the 5,000 a month, I could take half of that and pay bills, and take the other half and keep compounding that. So, for instance, in 2 months, if I compound that 2,500, that would be 5,000 again. And I could just take that amount on the side and just continue this process. Continue it. I could have another account and have it, well, in the same account, but I could have it constantly going and going and going while I still take the original 2,500 out. So you see how powerful the compounding is. So that will end the video, and that is how you can become, or I'm going to become, a millionaire within 3 years. And this is not involving stock, or this is not involving day trading, swinging, which I don't see why there's not a lot of options video, because I think options, which used to not be available to retail investors, I think options are the best way to become a millionaire. Not even with crypto, because personally I have all of the ISO 20022 coins and all the crypto that's going to, make me a millionaire when they do reach hundreds of dollars. But with it being a speculative market now, until they get regulation and it being more widespread, I'm not going to, just depend on cryptocurrencies. I have to, and plus cryptocurrencies kind of sit at sometimes, and I like to have fun and see the market move. So personally, I am going to trade options. Options are entertaining to me. So that will end the video.